Looking for a great reverb effect? An easy-to-operate plugin? Or want to build your own design? MTurboReverb, a new plugin from Melder Production, can satisfy all your needs. MTurboReverb employs the same paradigm found in MTurboComp. Easy outside and very deep inside, allowing all users to work at the level which they prefer. As an algorithmic reverb, it has 4 early and 6 late reflection generators. Each of them can already be thought of as a plugin, possessing dozens of algorithms. Frequently, these generators work in parallel to get a massive sound. Moreover, you can create your own algorithm. Yes, you heard it right. You can literally program every detail if you want to. Besides that, you will find 2 equalizers and dynamic processor extending your creativity. And don't forget classical goodies from Melder Production like modulators and multi-parameters. This is an enormous force, and we will discuss all the blocks in further tutorials. Right now, let's go back to the Easy screen and see how we can get the sound that we want quickly and easily. On the left, we find a browser with active presets. Each of them is based on a different algorithm. So in a way, each of them is a special reverb itself. For a start, we need to choose one of the 7 categories by clicking on corresponding tabs with names. There are often dozens of presets in each category. Next, find the preset that you like by clicking on Names. A panel with its controllers is on the right. It looks more or less the same for all presets. The most important controllers are located at the top, and the lower we go down, the more creative they become. First, let's set the dry, wet, early, late, and length controllers. The early, late parameter sets the balance between 2 types of generators, presented as early and late reflections panels. The length knob controls the length of the late reverberation. Then there are the controllers defining the used algorithm. The difference is in details, stereo image, sound character, etc. The pre-delay sets a delay of the reverb signal. The widening parameter sets the width of the output signal between the left and right channels. The saturation adds extra harmonics to the output signal. As a consequence, the last becomes louder. The gain simply sets the output level. The bass and treble control the reverberation tone. The low and high cut sliders cut a frequency range from the bottom and top correspondingly. The low cut is usually used to remove the reverberation from the low frequencies, where it tends to muddy the mix. The low-cut side removes low frequencies from the left and right sides, leaving it only in the center. That helps to keep the mix cleaner, but still keeps the ambience for the bass frequencies, which is a great trick for mixing. The high-cut mid parameter cuts high frequencies in the center. The early reflections generator produces first reflections which we hear in the reverberation. Then, they transition into the late reflections generator. Since these modules work differently in each active preset, the parameters may have a little different effect. I'll omit the widening and pre-delay here as they have similar functionality to those that we have already discussed. The diffusion controls the number of reflections. The decay shapes the general envelope of reflections. The negative values give a natural falling down response. The positive ones creates the opposite, rising response. The modulation and modulation rate bring a time modulation to reflections. Now to the late reverberation. Here a modulation can create a pleasant chorus effect in reverberation. The size sets the time between reflections, which creates an illusion of a bigger space. The lower the value, the denser the reverberation. The damp low and high define the decay of low and high frequencies. The cross slider controls the role of the input channels in forming a stereo image. At 0%, the output of the left channel is defined by the left input signal and the output of the right channel by the right input. At 100%, both inputs are processed by all generators. And at 200%, we get a reverse situation, when the output of the left channel is defined by the right input and the output of the right channel by the left input. You will also find the dynamics panel in many presets. It has a gate and compressor effects, which can be applied to an input as well as to output signals. It is very useful for a gate effect. All the controllers that we find here are pretty common for gates and compressors. The only new parameter is the focus, which represents a band-passed filter in the sidechain setting a sensitivity to a particular frequency range. Presets from the 2D positioning group were developed to place sound sources between the left and right sides and from the close to far distance. Finally, those who feel like a space builder may open the Edit screen. Here, you can control every single nuance of the reverb sound and can write your own algorithm. MTurboReverb comes in 3 versions: MTurboReverb LE, MTurboReverb and MTurboReverb Multiband. They all share the same engine. However, MTurboReverb LE won't allow you to go further than the easy screen, so no deep editing here. Still, you'll have a massive reverb plugin. If you are looking for a powerful and easy-to-use reverb with the best sound money can buy and huge editing possibilities, you definitely want to check out the MTurboReverb from Mulder Production. Try it today.